And everyone you know and everyone you hold close to your heart, along with yourself, will be dead. That is all that we know. So until then, we're going to hang out on the internet and talk and do some bullshit because why not? Life is meaningless. With that being said, I'd like to introduce you guys to my friend, Mr. Steph Foster. Steph, that's your cue.
Is this working? Is this on?
It's a fucking boomer.
Is this on? Is this on?
Yeah, we can
What's up,
see you.
nigga? What's up, nigga? What's
What
poppin'?
up? What up?
What's good, man? How you doing?
You know, alive, present, here floating in the virtual what's the word that I'm looking for? The virtual fuck, there's a word. The virtual void. That's what I was
Ooh,
looking
virtual
for.
void.
Here we are in the void of existence.
Damn, nigga, is it that bad? Like, do we gotta be this depressed? Damn, we lit, bro. It's like,
Yeah, we're
nigga,
lit, but we're
mask is
lit in the
coming
void.
off.
The fucking, I mean, we're, you can be lit, but you can, there's something I for me really liberating in being like nothing really matters, and we're in this weird perceived space. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ever close your eyes and like this, like you close your eyes and you press your palms against your eyeballs, and you start seeing like little lights.
Mm.
You ever
No,
do
I don't
that?
do it. I don't do shit like that, bro. I don't do shit like that, bro.
You should try it, man. You should like just close your eyes and like press against your eyes. And then after a while, you'll start seeing like these little lights and like tunnels. And it's really crazy. And it's the same kind of thing that you see when you do like psychedelics, like mushrooms and acid and stuff like that. Or ayahuasca. I've never done ayahuasca, but I've heard.
Mm.
You see a bunch of really crazy stuff like that, just like patterns and stuff. And it's like,
But
bro, I'm like convinced that that's reality. That like the what's actually around us is just like weird like colors and blobs and stuff. And our brains are just like taking that information and translating it into something that isn't overwhelming and like traumatic. Because if your whole existence, like if you're looking at me and I was just like a blob of light that was like going like this and like talking, you'd be like, bro, this is too much. Because imagine that, especially like, all right, you're in New York right now. Imagine being in New York and everyone around you, just blobs of light, the ground, just like moving lights, the sound, like you hear sounds and then you see the sound. Like it would be pure chaos, bro. Like your brain would explode. So I think what your brain does is that it takes all that information. It's like, we're going to make this something that we can handle until we die and like transcend to like interdimensional beings.
man, whatever you vaping, bro, that shit either made you a genius or that shit got you fucked up. Yo, man,
I'm
let's talk about this fucking music, bro.
I'm vaping
What
Ripple.
you vaping?
Ripple Relax Jasmine
Ooh,
Aroma. This
ooh, that
is
sounds
this
like a
is
sponsor. Is it?
this
Is
is
this a
not a
sponsor?
sponsor. This is not a
Is this a
sponsored
sponsor?
stream. This is not sponsored. But
Okay.
yo, Ripple, if you want to hook me up with the sponsor, holler at your boy. I want the vapes.
Let's go.
So Steph, my dude, you make music,
Yep.
you rap
A little bit
a little bit here and there.
here and there.
Sound and music is a pretty big part of your work, I think.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
What do you remember your first experiences with music or sound?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, sound has always been super important to me. And it's something that, like, I grew up on. Like, my mom really had, like, a really fine ear for music, right? Like, my mom, like, listened to everything. So, growing up around the house, like, all those songs that she listened to. And she didn't just listen to like, I mean, she listened to like all the classes, like all the Marvin Gayes, the Al Greens, and all that stuff, Stevie Wonders. I had all that in my house. But my mom was also like a hip hop head, and she had listened to that hard shit. Like it wasn't like she was listening to like the Locks and Jada Kiss and like all that real thugged out shit. Like so that's kind of like how I like grew up and with just music all around me. And then like, you know, as I started to experience more things in my life and shit, like I kind of realized how like these songs would like connect to these experiences and just make them like much more like vivid and rememberable. And like when I was creating this playlist for today, it was like, it was really like going back and really reliving some of those moments that uh like that this music was kind of like a soundtrack to my life at that point in time.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, I got a lot of old memories, and I kind of like, like I really want to like, kind of go through them with y'all. You know what I mean? Like, and kind of speak to the experiences that go with the songs that I'm sharing today.
Right. Do you remember the first? Do you remember like the first time you heard a song and you were like I like this, like I like this song, I like music. Do you remember that, or is it just like some vague?
The first song that I was like, I like this. Um, yeah, like the first song that I was like, I love this record was bro, I was a real young kid, and it was the Rugrats movie soundtrack song with like Maya and I think Blackstreet, and it was "Take Me There, I Wanna Go There." You remember that shit from
Yeah.
fucking the
Yeah.
Rugrats movie, like the very first Rugrats? Yeah, I feel like that was like the first joint that I was like, I love this record. And then I would say the second joint that I remember really loving was um "Money Ain't a Thing" by Jay-Z and Jermaine Dupri.
Wow.
That was a heater too. Yeah.
Wow.
In the Ferrari or Lambos, which is both lanes. The hell with the price. Money ain't a thing.
Jay Z
That shit just
first
was
thing.
crazy. I
Wow.
didn't know what the
That's
fuck. None of that.
crazy. That's
Yeah.
insane. For me,
Didn't
it was
know.
like the fucking
Didn't
Muppets.
know. Jay Z Nas. Yeah. Huh?
For me, it was like the Muppets.
The
Like the
Muppets.
Yeah,
Oh
like the
yeah.
Rainbow Connection, from the Muppets, from the first Muppets movie. And then after that, I think
Yeah. I mean that's cool too.
it was like some Spanish. Oh, you know what it was after the Muppets, bro? It was that song. It
But
goes suavemente, besame. You know that Spanish song?
oh yeah.
That was
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was
yeah. I
like
know
the
that
first
joint.
one where I was like, bro, and I would like
Yeah.
dance in the car, bro, and I would sing
Yeah.
along to it and shit. That was like one
You
of my
fool, bro.
first things, bro. Yours was Jay Z, bro. Mine was Elvis Crespo. That's that guy's name. Shout out to
It's
Elvis Crespo.
it's lit. Shout out.
What's the first song that you have on here that you want to talk about?
Um, so I would say like one of the earliest influences was Pac, like Tupac. Like,
Yeah.
um, you know, we definitely had a lot of Pac in the household. My mom wasn't like huge Biggie fan; she was like all about Pac. And I remember when I was 13, uh, my mom took me on a trip to Japan. Like we actually it was like a whole family trip. Like my mom, my aunt, all of us went to Japan, and up until that point, like I had only been around other black people. I had never been around white people ever, anything else besides black people. Any other race, I only saw it on TV, right?
Right.
So with that being said, I also never had been around other people like people from like other places. So going out of the country and something so drastically different, I kind of noticed that was like the first time that I kind of like knew that like I don't know like I was different, right? Like it stood out. Like I was different and I was looked at differently and I had a different language, a different codex, like everything. Like it was a lot of things that was different about me. So I feel like the song um Straight Ballin' by Tupac is something that I just listened to like the entire trip, but I think it also like really speaks to that feeling that I had. So yeah, let's start with that joint.
Let's listen to it.
Definition of balling with you white folks. But now, the game is for the souls and not toes. So, fuck you. I'm up before the sunrise, first hit the block, little bad motherfucker with a pocket full of rocks. Learn to throw them things, get the skinny little ass kicked, and niggas laugh till the first motherfucker got blasted. I put the nigga in his casket, now they covering the basket in plastic. I smoke blunts on the regular, fuck when it counts. I'm trying to make $1 million out of quarter ounce, and get them ghosts on the 5-0. Fuck them hoes, got a 45 screaming out survival. Hey nigga, can I lay low? Cook some yayo, holla one time when I say so. Don't wanna go to the pen, I'm hitting fences. Knocks on the nigga back, missing me.
Were you listening to this like on CD?
CD, I had a CD burnt, bro. Like whole CD, I had the CD player. I had the backpack that had the fucking cutout for a CD player in it, and like you can put the headphones through it. Like I was all about this. I had this on the mixtape. I used to burn CDs and shit, and yeah, I had this on there. This is like one of the first songs on the tape.
How old were you when you went on this trip?
13.
13. I'm like trying to imagine
Yeah.
like 13-year-old Steph with like a CD player, bro, and like some fucking headphones, like probably like earbuds,
Ooh.
right?
I had two pair. I had earbuds, and I had the joints that clipped on your ear, like
Oh my
you know
god!
what I mean.
Trying
The
to imagine
sport
13-year-olds
headphones and
with
shit.
the sport headphones, bro, in Japan, just like
Yeah, listening to this, Big L, Jay-Z, like all of that stuff, like just like that, just on the vibe, bro. Just enjoying the city, and I'm going back. I just booked the trip. I'm going back to Japan in March.
Nice.
So 9 years later, something like that.
You got to bring the CD player, bro, with the burnt Pac on it.
Yeah, I know. No, it's more than 9 years. Shit, that's almost. Shit, that's like almost 19 years.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
No, is it 19 years? How old are you?
I'll be 20 I'll be 30 when I go on that trip. So I turn 30 in February.
You fucking old ass man, dude.
Man, shut your young ass up, nigga. Nigga, you like 15 talking about I'm in grad school.
I went to grad school too young, dude. I regret that. I really should have waited. I feel like.
Yeah, you just got jaded younger.
I agree. I'm too old now inside. Like everyone's like, you're young. I'm like, life is a fucking shit show. And so like, what was it like when you came back from that trip? Like after having that experience of like feeling different and having an experience with different people for the first time. Like, how was that like when you went back?
Man, I felt like I was the fucking man, bro. I had bought these like super exclusive rare Nikes and shit when I was over in Japan. I had like a bunch of new stuff that nobody had seen. Yeah, and I, like coming back to like my hood, like I was like just coming back to my hood, and like I just felt like a different person. Like I just had like this new like perspective and like a wanderlust. Like I really just wanted to travel more and more and more. That's like, as soon as when I did that, I was like, damn, like this is dope. And because that was like the first time I really went anywhere like out of the country, right? And yeah, I was like, damn, like this is a real new perspective out here. So
Like
yeah,
it opened your eyes to the world.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But it also, made me feel like I wouldn't say like better than nobody, no sense like that. But it did give me like I felt like it was like an advantage that and a privilege that I had. Like, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Being able to go do that. Like, it definitely felt like something that I knew that not everybody else was doing in my hood, right? Like, niggas
Right,
wasn't going
right.
to Japan in my hood, bro. Like, like nobody was doing that shit. So, you know, I felt like super lucky that like I had like a mom that actually like cared about stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. That is something. That's a really great privilege to have, and something that I guess I don't think about often. But yeah, like most people don't do shit like that.
Majority of people don't do shit like that. Like
Yeah, like
even people with money, like
I've been to like Mexico and that's it. I
yeah,
think I went to Canada like twice, maybe once,
yeah,
to see Niagara
yeah.
Falls. But then I haven't been anywhere, so I don't even know.
Well, you know, we might have to take a trip, bro.
Yo, I want to go. I want to go somewhere really quiet, like some random ass place, bro.
Bro, let's go to some like,
I want to go to New Zealand.
ooh,
That's where I want to go.
yeah. Yeah, I always say I want to go to New Zealand, but then I'm like, I don't really fuck with wildlife like that. And they got
Yeah,
way
that's
too much of
that's
that.
what I'm
That's why I don't
scared
fuck with
of, bro.
Florida like that, bro.
Yeah, I'm
Y'all
I'm
niggas
kind of
got too much
scared.
wild.
I'm scared of the jellyfish and shit like that. They'll fuck you up.
Yeah, bro.
I don't really fuck with
Yeah,
the
that's
ocean. What should we play next, dude?
um, you know what? Let's play uh let's talk about Lupe Fiasco real quick, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, let's talk about Lupe Fiasco real quick. So I got the opinion that I think Lupe Fiasco was the best rapper alive at some point.
The best.
The number one, like I think because you know the best rapper changes, right? Just like the best NBA player changes every
Right,
season, right?
right,
That's why
right.
it's a new MVP. But like I think Lupe Fiasco was definitely the best rapper, like lyricist around at one point, and he was actually like my first like Food and Liquor was the first album I ever bought, like with my own money, like went to the store and like bought an album. I remember I was waiting for that Tuesday because back then albums always came out on
Yep.
Tuesdays. And I was waiting on Tuesday, and I was waiting on the Lupe Fiasco Food and Liquor album. And I remember I had my mom take me to Best Buy and get that album because I went to Best Buy because they had like 2 extra tracks, and I was like, I need to go to Best Buy to get it. Like,
I need those 2 extra tracks.
I need them. I need them 2 extra tracks, bro. Like, no, I need to get those 2. And yeah, I think his Food and Liquor was a great album, but I think he actually went into peak form for his second album, which is like rare. Most people kind of slump on their second album, but I
Right.
think he went into peak form around this time. And I think Lupe Fiasco's The Cool is hands down one of the greatest albums ever. And you know, I wanted to share a song that is just like it's just a vibe. It's not like something that's like, you know, some crazy lyrical prowess and nothing like that. It's just a vibe, but it's just one of my favorite songs that I still listen to this day. It's called Go Watch by Lupe Fiasco.
Let's check it out.
Let's peruse the essentials of cool, a brief study of the things so instrumental to rule that make me feel flyer than lobbies of W's. A disclaimer, just a rhema, no credentials from a school. Now, let's peruse the essentials of cool, a brief study on the things so instrumental to rule that make me feel flyer than lobbies of W's. A disclaimer, just a rhema, no credentials from a school. So in my fall of Rome jeans, my headquarter wallet, my neighborhood shirt, and my Eddie Chin clock shit. My not go to college, but my street smart polish like the black fingernails of that punk rock logic through the knowledge. Man, you can't be punked from projects. Firm disbeliever in your punch clock promise. Was trading off my comics, I was taking them to school. One of Jay-Z boys, now I'm skating in your pool. Not to be rude, I'm just hating hating on your rules. Like a young 50, I'm on my world tour. Good morning, Singapore. I'm bringing the sun with me. From the Robert Taylor homes to Africa slum cities. I am American mentally with Japanese tendencies, Parisian sensibility. So stay out the vicinity of, yeah, the niggas over there. It's just, yeah, now look at what I wear. Got my gold watch and my gold chain with my fancy car and my diamond ring with my fancy broad, and she full ring. So it's no words and it's no slang, and I'm no trick and I'm no lame. It's just so slick that she's so game, and it's yeah, she love it over here. It's just yeah, she love it over here. It's just yeah, she love it over here. It's just yeah, she love it over here. I like dip tea candles and my Harishi sandals and Dita sunglasses, purple murder service samples. I like false t-shirts.
Yeah, it's fucking wild, bro.
Yeah, that
And
sample's bananas.
it's like, you know, like the song is really about all the things that he likes, right? Like,
Right.
it's about individuality. And I'm like, you know, like, not a lot of rappers was making music with that type of message at the time. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like, that was before we had, like, a lot of that internet age with, like, a lot of the nerd rappers and, you know, all them, like, you know, like, hipster rap. Like, that was before all of that. Like, he was, like, he really kind of pioneered, like, you know, being able to make music and be a rapper in particular, and be a high level rapper, and, you know, and be yourself and not have to be some hard nigga or something like that, something that you're not. And I love how he embraced that and spoke about that message here.
Right, yeah. How did you find him? Like, what was your first like experience with him?
Bruh, I was like probably one of the first Lupe Fiasco fans, bro. Like, from the very first mixtape, dog. Like,
We have that on record now, ladies and gentlemen. Steph Foster,
Yeah.
the first Lupe Fiasco fan.
and one of the first Tyler Creator fans too. Like, literally, like, the first mixtape, like, when it came out. Like, I was on this shit, bro. Like,
I will admit I was late to that one. That's because I got into Earl. I got into Earl first,
yeah.
and then I got into Tyler.
Yeah, man, Tyler goes crazy, and yeah, I feel like a lot of these niggas, like, really, like, they would not be here without Lupe kind of like paving that way a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he really like opened up like the kind of like the floodgates to a new type of rapper. And I feel like nowadays, like, that's kind of the more dominant rapper in the game. Like, you know, like the hard ass rappers, like, you don't really see them like as much, right? And
It's like
back
kind of
then, like,
it's really played out at this point.
yeah, you know, it's like a lot of times it's like based off a stereotype to begin with, right? So yeah, man, but yeah, Lupe, man, will forever. I know, like, he kind of like,
Wait, but how did you
had
find him?
some-
How'd you find him? How'd you find him?
oh yeah. Oh man, we had LimeWire, bro. LimeWire, bro. I was going crazy on LimeWire, and yeah, I mean, I was getting, that was how I was getting most of my supply. I was really into like the underground scene too. So,
Right.
and, you know, and being from Detroit, you know, like a lot of that music was coming from, like, he from Chicago, so like a lot of that music was coming over. But I remember when I saw I heard the song Kick Push, and I was like, oh yeah, he's like, that's when I was like a believer, right? I liked him
Right.
before, but when he was like really like making his singles and stuff, I was like, oh yeah, he really nice. And yeah, that's how he became like one of my favorites. But check out if anybody who really into Lupe and you want some old Lupe that's like hard to find, check out the Fahrenheit 115 series, yo. Crazy, some of the best rapping, like, from like 2003, like, it's real old. 2002, it's mad old. Check that out.
Fahrenheit 115.
Yeah, goes
Bro,
crazy.
shout out to fucking LimeWire, dude. If LimeWire wants to sponsor the stream, yo, hit me up.
Yeah,
I'm
bro.
down
Shout
to
out to
sponsor
LimeWire, bro.
LimeWire, dude. LimeWire changed my life forever.
Bro, LimeWire had everything. They had music. They had pornos.
That's about everything.
That's about it. That's about the and viruses. Shit.
It had TV shows. It had movies.
Bro, they had some fucking spyware that could wreck your computer
Oh, yeah.
so so quick, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And then you gotta explain why to your mind why the computer don't work.
She's like,
Because fucking LimeWire.
I think it got, I don't know. Bro, LimeWire is how I used to watch music videos. Like
Before YouTube came out?
And before they like were uploading them to YouTube, I would like, there would be like a song that I liked. Like I remember really vividly, like really liking this AC/DC song and being like, AC/DC Thunderstruck video. Not even knowing if there was a video. Like I just wanted to, and I would hit it and it would show up, and I'd hit download on that fucking dial-up,
Mm-hmm.
and I would see the bar, and it'd be like moving like a fucking millimeter.
Yeah.
And LimeWire let you preview.
Mm-hmm.
And I would preview it, and I would see like the first like 2 seconds of the video to confirm it was real.
Yeah, and because they used to have a lot of fake shit on there.
Yeah.
They'd be like, oh, this is a Jay-Z video, and then next thing you know, it's just like, you know, like bestiality. Like it's like,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, like that is
like,
not Jay-Z.
what? That is not Jay-Z.
Yeah, and I remember just being like, oh, the video exists. And just like sitting there and be like, all right, sick. I'm like waiting like half a day for the video to download and then watching it, just like being blown away. That's what I used to do on LimeWire. I just watch fucking music videos all the time. And now I get mad when a music video takes like more than 2 seconds to like buffer.
Yeah.
And start playing.
I know,
music.
it's
I'm
like,
bro,
what
this
the
is
fuck?
fucking bullshit, dude. What the fuck?
Yeah, this is, yeah.
Immediately go to Google, like, why is YouTube not working?
Right, yeah. I
Fucking
feel that.
so
Like,
impatient now. What do you want to play next, dude?
this is a little deep cut. I want to play something that's a little deep. So I would say like somebody who I felt like around that time, like the early 2000s, who was like horrendously slept on was Khalees, which was Nas's wife at one point. She was also signed to Pharrell and like the Neptunes and making incredible music with them. You know, the same album that has Milkshake, you know, Milkshake bringing all the boys to the yard, like that's the hit, right? But
Yeah.
that album had like some real nice cuts, like Pharrell, Timberland, like top-notch production. And it's this track that, man, this track just makes me feel something, man. And it also has one of the all-time great verses from Andre 3000 on it, which is rare and hard to find. Those type of verses, right? Andre do probably 3 verses a year, right? Like, so let's play "Millionaire" by Khalees.
All right, here we go. This is "Millionaire" by Khalees.
I said her from the city, so her got to be witty. She said him from the country, so him got to be funky.
Bro, if Tyler the Creator doesn't fuck with this, I don't know what he fucks with.
Yeah.
Mama, I'm a millionaire, but I feel like a bomb. Mama, I'm a millionaire, but I feel like the only one. I woke up early this morning. I don't think y'all heard me. I woke up
is cheese, there are rats. Wherever there are rats, there are cats. Wherever there are cats, there are dogs. If you got the dogs, you got bitches. Bitches always out to put their paws on your riches. If you got riches, you got glitches. If you got glitches in your life computer, turn it off and then reboot her. Now you back on. Can't just put the cap on the old bottle. Once you pop it, that'll spoil it. Gone and drink it and enjoy it. Oh, mama, I'm a millionaire.
Like, come on, bro. Like, this nigga
Hard, bro. Hard.
bro, come on, dog. Like, it's just so easy for him. But yeah, I mean, I think it's something like the sentiment behind the song, like the lyrics, is really beautiful, right? Like, I'm a millionaire, but I feel like a bum, right? I woke up early this morning, but I still ain't see the sun. Like, that's like, that shit deep, bro.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that shit deep, bro. I really like, yeah. But it's like such a fun, like, record, you know? Like that drum pattern.
That's very very Andre 3000. Make a song fun and then make it real deep. And hide the deepness within how fun the song sounds.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting to like think of like thinking of a song like that. Like for me, like what I like, I can't help but have my brain work this way, but like hear references in that, like a song like that doesn't exist without Prince.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? So like without Prince, that song doesn't exist in the way that it is. And then without this song, you don't get a song like Earthquake. By Tyler the Creator.
Right.
Or like, you know, any of the songs off the newest album specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's a very clear like lineage that I hear. Like when I heard those drums and I heard that synth line, I immediately was like, bro, Tyler Creator sat in his room when he was like 12 years old and just listened to that nonstop, and it stuck with him forever. Like you can hear it.
Yeah.
And it's really crazy for me to think of like that lineage happening. And then think of it in like relationship to you, right? So like you're experiencing that, right? And it influences you in different ways, but then at the same time it's like affecting other people and it's influencing them in certain ways. And you get like this weird like tree branches and roots of creativity that you can, if you go deep enough, like pinpoint to like the beginning of music if you really wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
It's so fucking crazy to me.
Yeah, influences is like, I think it's something that we don't talk about enough as artists, because that's like our currency is influence, right? Like we don't. I mean,
all we're doing is
cool,
bucking
but
each other's shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's what we. Well, that's what we trade, right? Like that's our money as artists. Like, you know, so yeah, I mean, I think influence is something that's important. And that's like the only thing that we have after we die, right? Like, because as artists, like that money, we can take that shit to our grave with it. I mean, we can give it to our kids and shit, which is something that, you know, when I had kids one day, I plan on doing that shit. But, you know, like I can leave influence, like the thought of that and being in a position to do something like that is like, I feel like that's like what a great pleasure. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's like very important to me as an artist, and being able to leave behind some influence. So yeah, the fact that these songs like are still influencing people to this day is just incredible.
It's really mind blowing.
Mm-hmm.
Just the idea of influencing is so fucking ridiculous. It's so crazy.
Yeah. Or like influencing, like selling like flat tummy teas and shit.
That's why I hate the word influence now, because like that's exactly where it goes to. But it's like, it's so much. It could be so much more interesting than fucking selling people trash on the internet.
Hey man, sometimes some gummies be tasting good as fuck. I don't know if they actually gonna make, my hairline stay good forever, but they taste good.
Oh my god. What do we
Oh
listen
my
to
god.
next?
Let's do one more like, childhood joint before we move on. I know we did four, so
I am
we
not
did three.
keeping count.
Yeah, we did three. So let's do one more, and then I guess I can move on. But uh, yeah, I mean, I can't talk about growing up in Detroit without talking about ghetto tech, right? Like, because techno is like we like all know about techno. I mean, some people know that it comes from Detroit. Some people don't know that,
I
but
feel like most people don't know that shit.
yeah, yeah. And then it's like this like subgenre of techno that is like exclusive to Detroit that people don't really listen to outside of Detroit. But
Right.
this is like those ghetto tech songs is like all those songs that we all enjoy in Detroit growing up listening to on the radio and stuff like that. That's what they played at night on the radio. They played DJ mixes and DJs was playing ghetto tech. And like we talking about influence, like I feel like a rapper like Danny Brown comes from that lineage of ghetto tech, right? That's kind of where his music is landing. So ghetto tech is characterized by being, a house, nice groove, but also having like raunchy, just nasty lyrics, like, just real nasty shit. And I didn't want to play it. I could have picked some real raunchy ass shit for the podcast, for the cast, but let's fuck with "Sex on the Beach" by DJ Assault.
Let's have sex on the beach, laying in the sand, just you and me, hand in hand. Come on, come on. Let's have sex on the beach, laying in the sand, just you and me, hand in hand. Come on, come on.
Speed that joint up just a little bit, because when we heard it on the radio, it was faster.
It was faster than this?
A little bit. This is the ultimate vibe, bro, in Detroit. Like,
Bro, I'm just imagining everyone in Detroit, like late at night, just like driving, just like
driving, going to all the clubs and shit that I was way too young to go to. And we listen to radio in the house. Like, the weekend mixes would just go crazy.
bro, this shit slaps.
Yeah, it's a fucking vibe, bro.
Bro, you know that song fucking Shake It?
Oh, wait. No, I'm thinking a different song. I was thinking of Work It.
He goes, come on, shake it.
Oh, yeah, I know that joint. Yeah, that's like I think that's a Chicago joint, isn't it?
Is it Chicago? I have no idea where it's from.
Yeah, I think that's a Chicago joint.
Oh, it's not called Shake It. It's called Shake What Your Mama Gave You.
Yeah.
Bro, I like, so like recently, like ever since I started streaming, I was like doing more research and stuff, and I've like been watching like documentaries about like house music and shit and like where it comes from. Cause like this shit is all foreign to me. Like I grew up on fucking like death metal and like Spanish music, right? So like I didn't know none of this.
Death metal, Spanish music.
Yeah, like that's what I grew up on. I didn't know none of this shit. But as I got like more into DJing, I was like, bro, this shit all slaps, bro. Like I fuck with this shit so much.
Yeah.
And like learning the history, and it's like, bro, fucking like always, bro, fucking white people just fucking shit up, bro. Just
Be washing the shit out of history, bro.
bro, like fuck, dude.
Yeah,
like I had no idea,
Diplo
bro.
invented house music.
Like, bro, like
Right?
black people made house music, bro, and it was so good, but like people in the U.S. just weren't ready for it. It was too ahead of its time. They took it to Europe, and the white people were like, "Fuck yeah, dude!"
Yeah.
And they're like, "We're gonna take that. Thank you.
Yep.
Peace."
Yep. Yeah. Diplo made techno.
So I was like checking shit out, dude, and then I found this song. I'm gonna play like a quick bit of it.
Yeah, go for it.
This is the shit I was talking about, bro.
Shake it,
Oh yeah. Yeah. This shit goes crazy.
Bro, this shit.
shake it, shake it, shake what your mama gave ya. Shake
Yo. There's another joint that sounds just like this. Like they all sound the
There's
same.
so
but
many. They all
slap,
sound the
bro.
same.
Like,
They all slap.
shake what your mama gave ya.
work it.
Yeah,
work
yeah.
it, work it. Yeah, that's this whole different song, but it's the same song.
Shake what your mama gave ya.
Yeah. But yeah, like I found
But,
shit
you know-
like that, and I was like, yo, what the fuck, dude? This shit is crazy.
Yeah, man, it was some wild shit that they was making. Like they had like a pretty amazing imagination, bro. Like when making like some of this music, like you gotta really be on some other shit, bro. Like
Well, yeah, especially considering like what they were making this music with, right? Like they were using, like, well, now, like in retrospect, like all these instruments are like legendary, right? Like they're using like 808s and shit. But at the time, like 808s were like, the TR 808 was like a cheap,
yeah,
shitty drum machine that like
yeah,
the like established musicians were like, this sounds like shit. And
Yeah.
and the people that made house were like, I can't afford anything and I don't have a band. So
Yep.
I'm gonna play with this and like record it on tape and like send it to my local DJ and see if they'll
Yeah.
play it. And like
Yeah, I
that's how it
mean-
started, and it's fucking insane, dude.
yeah. Like they made so much with so little,
Yep.
and then they never got the credit. Like to be
Never.
honest, like
They really didn't.
It's like
they
unsung,
really
bro.
did not. They really
Yeah.
didn't, because now like everyone hears house and they just think it's like white people music for white people that are on drugs.
Yeah,
And it was like,
yeah.
not,
No, it's a whole vibe, bro. It's a whole life out, underneath that.
It was a whole thing, and like so
Whole
much of it is
culture.
like intertwined with like the LGBTQ community and stuff. It's like
Hmm.
there's so much there that people just don't know. And it's
Yeah.
really upsetting because then people like generalize the music and they think that it's just like boring, repetitive, basic music. And it's like, bro, if you don't hear this music like loud as shit at a club, you're not going to understand it. Like you can't sit there
Yeah.
with your fucking iPhone and listen to it and think that you're going to comprehend what that music is about. That shit was about getting fucking nasty.
Bro, that shit used to be raunchy, man. Like this,
shit
like
was
DJ
gross.
Assault is the same person who made he the same person who made the song "Ass and Titties." I know you heard that one. He also made "Ho, Don't Cry When I Nut in Your Eye." Like I'm like, damn, like. Yeah,
Oh, there's
so
the
I
other one
mean,
that's like,
a lot of that shit you couldn't even.
that's like I'm a hoe, he's a hoe, she's a hoe. Wouldn't you like to be a hoe too? This shit is
Yeah.
so dirty, bro.
Yeah, it was almost like a joke, bro. That shit was
Yeah.
hilarious, bro.
Bro, and then the drums kicking's like, there's some hoes in this house. If you see them, point them out. There's some hoes in this house. If you see them, point them out. Like, yo, that's so great, dude. It's dirty.
Yeah, bro. She used to slap, bro. Yeah, but the you know what, for the next joint, I think I'm gonna switch up completely.
All right. Do it to us.
So, I mean, so like now thinking about like being like in high school, right? Like, and being like kind of different from everybody else. And man, like I cannot talk about high school without mentioning Pharrell. Pharrell, the Neptunes, NERD, Billionaire Boys Club, Ice Cream, A Bathing Ape, everything that was in the orbit of Pharrell Williams, dog. I was like completely into it. I mean,
Yo,
like,
were you one of those
dude,
like were you one
really.
of those backpack kids?
I wasn't really backpack. I was fresh as fucking high school, bro. I used to have like all the fucking shoes, bro. I used to have like all the babes, all the nights, and then like at one point I was like, I started to get slick. I was like, man, this shit getting expensive, so I started getting fakes, bro. And I was like, I started getting all the fake shit. But I was fresh as hell, bro. I was, you know what I'm saying? Cause, yeah, and I like model a lot of like the way I dressed, off of like yeah how like Pharrell and how niggas like Kanye and how they was doing it, cause they was really like the first like I don't know like real like fashion forward rappers. Like you gotta remember like what niggas was wearing before.
They're
Before
wearing
that, man, niggas was
FUBU,
wearing
bro. They
giant
were
ass
fucking
Timberlands.
Fat Farm, the fucking the Birdman fucking lugs. You remember those?
Yeah, the lugs, bro. All those niggas look like the suspect character off of Def Jam Vendetta, bro. Like they
Bro,
all look like they just the unlockable characters.
that's how I
Like
dressed. That's how I
all
dressed
big
in
and shit.
elementary school, bro. I was all about that, bro.
Bro,
I had all my fat form, dude. I had the Birdman lugs. I had the fucking.
hell yeah.
I had all the Echo shirts, bro. I had them in like all different styles and shit, dude. I was a collector.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Like I was on that shit for a minute, and then like I said, like I got introduced to like Pharrell, NERD, and it was just like that nigga was not afraid to just be different, and he was fresh, like he was fly. Like I don't think nobody would make the argument like he wasn't fly. Like you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I really like just appreciated how he just made music that was different, and then
Right.
with NERD with his which was like his rock band. They made some incredible music around that time that like really like resonated with me. Um, so yeah, I wanna play the joint off of their album Fly or Die, the NERD joint, maybe.
Let's listen to it.
Love was the egg. See, and it was born in a cloud with silver light.
Also, just really quickly, anyone that's in the chat, hello. Feel free to join in on the conversation. Ask stuff. Tell us that we're stupid. Anything you want. This is an interactive experience. Talk to us.
Thought you had it
now. Y'all there? How you feel right now? Yeah, me too. Hey, yeah. Oh, baby.
Yeah, man, this song is just like this was like one of the lead singles, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, it was just like I was like, damn, this is just a great record, and like, you know, nobody else in the rap world is making rock music like this good. Like,
Yeah.
it's always some rapper that like, oh, I'm gonna be a rock star, and like they attempt to make some like shitty attempt at a rock album or something like that. Lil Wayne, Young Thug.
Didn't Kid Cudi try?
Big Mensa, Kid Cudi, yeah, they all tried, right? But I feel like NERD, they successfully did that shit like 5 times. Like they made 5 great albums.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Apparently now Kendrick is gonna try it. That's been the rumor.
Dude, I'm scared, bro. Even Kendrick, bro. You know, that's my favorite rapper in the world. But even I get scared when, you know, it's almost like sometimes shit just don't work. Like Beyonce making a song with Jay-Z. Like it's just incompatible. They're too good that when they get together and when they fuse it just don't work, right? Not everything is just compatible. But I do think Kendrick do got a voice that is you know, that could work for a rock album.
Well, like he's kind of been doing it.
Yeah.
Already. Like
Untitled 5 is a rock song.
And then also fuck, what's the name of that song off of Damn, bro, with U2?
Yeah. I know you're talking about.
Like that's a fucking rock song.
Yeah.
Or the other one, is it called Feel?
No, you're thinking about
where he's like, maybe I wasn't there.
Man, you know what? I think I got some Kendrick on this shit too, bro.
That song's a rock song. Like a bunch of those songs from Damn are like, that's touching the line.
Bro, since we just own this topic, can we just play Untitled 5, bro? Like,
I got you. Yeah, this is like a jazz rock song. Like this is like
right. Well, his delivery is like a rock. Yeah, this is the straight up like rock and roll. The way he delivered these lyrics, like deliver that flow.
Man released an album of B-sides and it's better than so many people's like actual albums.
Yeah, honestly, this might be one of his best albums.
Dude, this album, dude, when it came out I was like, wait, did he just release another album and it's also really good? What the fuck? Yeah. Yo, what up, Power Mitts?
This was the joint that was in between To Pimp a Butterfly and the Black Panther soundtrack.
Yeah.
So I feel like this was a good pocket for him, like in between those two projects.
And didn't he like put this out like a year after To Pimp a Butterfly or something like that, or like less?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yo, Power Mitts, can you play this on bass?
I got 100 on my dash, got 200 in my trunk. Name in the
grab bags, put my Bible in the trunk. Tack a vodka on the top of my binocular, I'm drunk. How can I make them popular? Pop 'em when I want. See, I'm living with anxiety, ducking that sobriety. Fucking up the system, I ain't fucking with society. Justice ain't free, therefore justice ain't me. So I justify his name on the obituary. Why you wanna see a good man with a broken heart? Once upon a time I used to go to church and talk to God. Now I'm thinking to myself, hollow tips is all I got. Now I'm drinking by myself at the intersection parked. Watch you when you walk inside your house. You threw your briefcase alone the couch. I plan on creeping through your fucking door and blowing out every piece of your brain till your son jumped in your arm. Cut on the engine and sped off in the rain. I'm gone.
Woo!
Fucking Kendrick, dude.
Bro, none of that fast trickery triplet flow shit. Like, just like pure fucking bars, bro. Just right at your fucking face. Like, none of that goofy shit.
Just no gimmick. No gimmick. It's just like, bro,
All
this.
skill.
It's like, yo, this instrumental fucking slaps. The fucking the bars are there, and I'm just gonna say them.
Yeah.
And here they are. And it's so good.
Yeah.
And just the way that he delivers, it forces you to listen. Like, you just can't. Like, I always find myself, it's like right now I can't talk.
Low-key, we can talk over the other niggas' verses, bro.
But it's like, anytime I hear his voice, bro, it's just like everything else. Like, I can't do other shit. Like, I can't do other stuff while I'm listening to it, because it's like it's just so demanding of you as a listener.
Yeah.
It's like you have.
You know
to
he about to
listen
drop,
this
right?
shit. I hope. I mean, they've been saying that for like a year, bro, and I've been like sitting here, fucking praying because I wanted.
Oh, so this is the question that I wanted to ask you, but I didn't want to ask you too early. So, what do you think Kendrick Lamar's single greatest verse? Single verse, just one verse. What do you think his best single verse is?
Well, I can tell you my favorite, and
Yeah.
the one that has had most impact on me, right? And I don't even know if I could say it's a verse. No, definitely, yeah. It's from You.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
From You, when he's like you couldn't even FaceTime, you guys are damn near beefing. I forget how it goes. But when he's like talking to himself and he's like telling him all the shit that he's done wrong and why he deserves to die. That here, let me find it. I'm gonna find it and read it because that shit fucks me up.
Yeah, no, that shit is yeah, that shit is deep, bro.
Yeah, that shit cuts, bro.
Yeah, that shit deep, bro.
Here, let me find it.
Yeah, I feel like it's actually really hard to pin down one single like greatest Kendrick verse. I feel like we still ain't got it yet.
Yeah, no, probably not.
Like, I don't think we got it yet.
Oh my God. You ain't no brother, you ain't no disciple, you ain't no friend. A friend never leave Compton for profit or leave his best friend. Little brother, you promised you'd watch them before they shot him. Where was your antennas? On the road, bottles and bitches. You FaceTimed him one time.
One time.
That's unforgiving.
That's unforgiving.
You even FaceTime
You
instead of a hospital visit.
A hospital visit.
Guess you thought he'd recover well.
He'd
Third
recover
surgery,
well.
they couldn't stop the bleeding for real. Then he died. God himself will say, you fucking failed. You ain't try.
Yeah. Yeah.
That.
Yeah.
That's like some deep cutting shit. Like, I genuinely do not think I've heard an artist of any This guy's fucking insane.
Yeah, like fucking. Just I'm like, damn, like it's like he was in the prison or something. Just he didn't do nothing but write. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like,
This is a
like, he just
4-minute
didn't stop.
song, and it's just him nonstop.
And every song on the mixtape is the same thing. Like, he just
Crazy.
goes, bro. Like,
Crazy.
it's just like,
I also just kind of miss beats like that.
yeah, I know, right? Like, just those Southern Atlanta beats, that like Soldier Boy type, like
I miss those shits. Like earlier today in the car, I was listening to some cut,
Lil Jon.
and I'm sitting there, I'm like, what it is, how? What's up?
What's up?
And I'm listening to that song, and I was like, bro, I miss beats like these. These shits are so good.
Yeah, man. This nigga Weezy was just going off on every beat, bro. This nigga said, "Sir got me slow like a turd around his hoe. And I'm higher than the highest flying bird around his hoe. What's the word around his hoe? You get served around his hoe. Yeah, you get served like a fucking hors d'oeuvre around his hoe. I don't splurge around no hoe. No, I don't shine in front of no bitch. And after she get off my dick, I be like, fine in front of no bitch. I don't know why in the fuck your bitch keep coming by. Fuck your bitch got on my mind. Fuck your bitch got on my mind. Fucking dick. I call her dickhead. Spicy like a big red. Bro, I'm like, bro, your flow shit, my shit dead. I'm like, my nigga went crazy, dog. Like, I'm like, this nigga, nobody's looking at this. But yeah, I mean, that was like just an amazing album, bro. Like, definitely. And they just re-released that shit on streaming networks.
Really?
Yeah, just this year. They just did that shit.
And hopefully soon it'll be in the Smithsonian.
It should have been in the Smithsonian, to be honest. That's like, honestly, that's criminal, bro.
It should be what plays when you walk into the Smithsonian.
Bro, honestly, this should just be the national anthem, to be honest. Like, they should just do that at every fucking game. Like,
we're due for a new national anthem.
We need one, bro. We need a new one,
Bro,
man.
can you imagine that at the Olympics? Fucking USA gets gold.
and
they're sitting there and the whole crowd is just rapping, dude.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, that shit goes like, yeah, man. Shit, what should we get into next?
Up to you, brother.
Let's how much time we got? Yeah,
we got about like 45 minutes.
Yeah, about 45 minutes. All right, so I'm gonna play something kind of like a little funky, like a little soulful. So I was really into like the whole LA like rap and beat scene. I feel like LA was the first region of the like hip hop that embraced the internet. Like, they embraced the internet early.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, with the West Coast being like synonymous with like the tech industry and all of that stuff, and like wanting to be famous in Hollywood and social media, like all that stuff came out of like the culture in LA. So like, I feel like it was only natural that like the LA like rap scene and music scene would be like the first and like early adopters to embrace like the internet and like putting their music on the internet. And with that, I was able to get into like so many like great, amazing LA artists that like, you know, like don't really have a huge following today or never actually got like a big one. Like, it was just like you had to be there in that moment and had to listen to that shit as it was coming out.
Right.
So I want to play a deep cut. So this joint is called On Off Switch. And it is off of like one of like just like this obscure mixtape by I forgot one of the DJs out there, but it features Pac Div and Dom Kennedy. So that's like two like LA, you know, early internet champions, bro. So I think this is a nice cut. So I want to check this out for a second.
Let's check it out.
Let's smooth things out. You know what we do.
The new classics.
Vimby.com, uponthings.com. Let's go.
1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah. No matter how cool I think I are, you still my love, you still my star, you still my baby, you still my heart, you still my girl, but why you keep my car? The car ain't do shit, you broke my window, I had to calm down, smoke some endo, you calling my friends and what you talking to him for, you pleading the fifth, he ain't coughing up info, and you get jealous, and I get busted, when I get jealous, you say we just friends, and I don't trust him, so we discuss it, so sick of arguing till we discussed it, till we say fuck this, and we just part ways, then we get lonely, and we see dark days, but then the pride comes and takes the heart's place, and one day we hop in the whip and the car plays.
Ooh, she loves me not, but now I can't tell cause we fuss a lot. I know she cut from me cause of what we got. Somebody explain to me what's going on.
She say, yeah, Dom, I was at opera. Saw your ex-girlfriend and I had to drop her. She tried to pass by, you at the soccer. That's too bad, cause the header was proper. I'm doing my thing now, I'm tearing the block up. Me against the world, guess I'm nearing what Pac was. I get around, girl, you in my top love. They can't share me, I'm on that shock stuff. Satin on your panties, you never forgot, huh? Started showing out, now you gotta kick rocks, punk. I get back one day, maybe rekindle and talk about all the shit you like to get into. Until that day comes, we just friends, boo. That's just how life goes. Don't mean to offend you. No, I don't love her, won't even pretend to. I can't settle down, won't even begin to get to.
She loves me not, but now I can't tell cause we fuss a lot. I know she cut from me cause of what we got. Somebody explain to me what's going on.
We in the hallway fighting, we in the bedroom fucking. I think this is exciting. Girl, you can't tell me nothing. Now wasn't this just like last week? Frequent tragedies that end romantically. It's insanity, but it's humanity. That's why the man in me acts so manishly. And her vanity keeps her mad at me. This is routine, so she apologized after me. Then it's back to the same thing. Back to the same mean comments. Shameful nonsense. Let's just stop this and make a promise. If we won't be together, just keep me in your conscience. If we won't be together, just keep me in your conscience. If we won't be together,
We gonna
just
be
keep
together,
me in your
just keep me in your
conscience.
conscience. Woo! So let's unpack that just a little bit. Let's talk about
That is a
shit,
very
bro.
fucking toxic relationship.
Bro. But we all had at least one of them shits, bro. where
Or
it
if
was
you're
just
me,
like-
all of them.
You love that shit, bro. You love the danger, bro.
Nah, I've learned my lesson, dude. I'm fucking good. I'm good.
Yeah, okay. That's what they always say, bro.
No, I didn't say that last time. But this time, I'm good.
Mm-hmm. I know, bro. You talking to somebody who know you, bro. Like, I know you got your fetish. You got your fetish for weird noses. You got like.
You're fucking outing me on the internet, bro.
Yeah, don't play, bro. I know what you into, bro. You definitely gonna go back, man. But yeah, man, like that's a crazy relationship, dog. Right? Like,
Yeah, that shit is fucked up.
yeah, man. Like, but I feel like they really was able to like. I feel like all the vocalists on that album, on that song was able to like really speak to that type of relationship. I think everybody had that like on and off again shit with somebody that they really shouldn't have been fucking with in the first place.
Mhm.
But for some reason, like, you know, it's weird because relationships can be like toxic, but at the same time they can be really loving and nurturing. At this, it's weird because it's like, you know, nobody's all good and nobody's all bad. Like, no relationship is all good, no relationship is all bad. So it's weird to have to like think about that. But like, I love how they did it in the song, bro. That shit was
Yeah.
just lit to me.
And that beat fucking slaps, too. That shit.
That beat go crazy, bro. Yeah, that beat
So
goes fucking
good.
crazy. Yeah.
That shit reminds me of fucking being in high school. And just like, because
Yeah.
I remember in high school, I was like I got bored with like rock, basically. And I was like, I'm gonna go start checking rap out again, because that's like what I grew up on.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just checking shit out. And And I remember like we would go to trips in New York and we would go to like record stores on our days off. And I would just go to like the CD section and go to the rap section and just grab random stuff that I didn't know. And I remember I found this album called The Cold Vein by Cannibal Ox. It's like obscure deep cut shit from New York.
Yeah.
From like the early 2000s. And I think one of the guys that worked on that album ended up doing Run the Jewels with Killer Mike, if I'm not mistaken, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, I remember listening to that Cannibal Ox record and just like really strange beats, but like good, and just like talking about shit like that. Like I remember they had this song called like The F Word. It was about the friend zone, right? But it was like, it was such an interesting way to talk about that kind of idea. And then that led me getting into like the Far Side.
Yeah, love Far Side.
And like that idea of like a group of rappers all tackling the same subject, but like a different story for that subject, and getting all these different perspectives to like one idea. And I got super into it, and I started fucking making beats, and I started writing raps, and I was like trying to get my friends to rap with me, and then I got into fucking rap beef with like fucking other kids at my school.
Oh my god, bro! I hope that you was icing niggas though with your pen.
I ended this fucking kid's career before it ever started, bro. And we're friends now. But yo, Danny Heredia, never forget, bro. I fucked you up on tape, son.
Oh, we need the tape.
I fucked that kid, dude. And my friend Ryan, my friend Ryan murdered these kids, bro. He didn't even know them. I was just like, yo, these are the kids that were dissing, and I showed him a picture. And Ryan was like, all right. And he looked at the picture, and he wrote bars for each one. And he just went down the line and was like dissing them based on that one picture, and was like dissing their outfits and like talking about like what he would do to them and shit.
Yeah.
Ended this, and then he made a beat. Slapper of a beat. And embedded into the beat was the hook.
Damn.
And the hook was "fuck with me." That's what he kept saying, like "fuck with me." And their name was Audio Hype, but the word audio had like periods in between each letter.
Yeah.
So our song was "fuck with me," and in "fuck," each fucking letter had a dot in between it. Nice. So they knew it was about them. And it was like, if you want to live a long life, don't fuck with me. If you want to keep rapping or something like that, don't fuck with me. But if you want to die young, then fuck with me. If you want your career to end, then fuck with me. Just like straight up telling them to diss us. It was amazing.
Did they come back?
Bro, okay, so this is how I know that we won, right? They didn't say shit, and instead one of them went on YouTube and reported the video for like violent content or like harassment or something, and they got it taken off YouTube. And now we can't find the song. They took it off the internet. We won. That's
basically what Drake was trying to do when fucking Pusha T iced his ass. Yeah, bro. Once you start doing that shit, you got body. Just shut up, sit down, just be quiet, sit in the corner somewhere, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Bro.
Be humble.
Yeah. Be humble, man. So along the way, I haven't seen too many like artists that can just do like anything they want to do. It's a few artists that can just like do anything, and we see those artists like probably like, one or two every generation.
Right.
I think Anderson .Paak is our generation of an artist, like our artist for our generation, that he can do anything that he wants to do. Like
I think he's the generation before us. But yes, I agree.
Yeah, he can do.
Or no, he's your generation. You an old ass motherfucker. I forgot.
Bro, yeah, I forgot. You a fucking Gen Z motherfucker, man.
I'm younger.
You be on TikTok.
I'm a millennial.
Nah, nigga, you Gen Z. You 20?
I'm 27.
Oh, nigga, you only 2 years younger than me. Chill. Yeah, man.
Yeah, but 30 sounds worse than 27.
Bro, 30 is hard, bro. I can't wait to turn 30.
Like your shit got a 3 in it, bro.
Yeah, bro. Like, nigga, you know who, like Steph, bro. Steph Curry, 30. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's a good number. You know, like, it's my Steph year. I'm Steph, and it's my Steph year, nigga. Chill.
You're
Chill
double
on 30.
Steph here.
Yeah. But, yeah, man, this nigga Anderson .Paak, bro, he can just do it all, bro. Like,
Yo, did you fuck with that
when
shit
it-
with Bruno Mars?
Crazy.
Yo, that song goes, that shit is good, bro.
Crazy, dog.
song
Like, this
is good.
nigga's voice is one of the most, like, I don't mistake his voice for nobody else's. Like, nobody. There's no way I hear Anderson .Paak on the song. I'm like, oh, that sounds like somebody. And, like, I slept on Anderson .Paak before. I saw his music early, and he was just some weird nigga with a ponytail, with, like an outfit with his chest hair showing and shit, and sunglasses looking like Akon or some type of shit, like an Akon type nigga or something. And I'm like trying to do like pop. I was like, who the fuck is this weird ass nigga? Like, this music is trash. Like, I just wrote him off as being trash, bro. Like, straight up. Like, and the song I'm referring to, you can look that shit up. Like, anybody can look that shit up. It's called Drugs. He never performs this shit at any concert, anything. But you can see that song. It's a whole different look, bro. Whole different. And I kind of wrote him off as being like a trash, just pop nigga. And then like he came out with that album Malibu,
Uh-huh.
and I was like, oh my god, like this is storytelling music, right? Like this is like, and you know, knowing that he plays all his drums and you know does all his vocals, all his singing. This is like after he blew up and got with Dre. After this, he blew up, got with Dre, all that shit. Like this is like what put him, I feel like, what catapulted him into like, you know, where he is now. But
Yeah.
one of like the very first song on the album, the opening song of the album is called "The Bird," and it's one of the most beautifully written songs I probably ever heard. So let's get into "The Bird," bro.
A bird with a word came to me, the sweetness of a honeycomb tree. And now our look was taking over me. Couldn't fake it if I wanted to. I had to wake up just to make it through. I got my patience and I'm making do. I learned my lessons from the ancient rules. I choose to follow what the greatest do. A bird with a word came to me, the sweetness of a honeycomb tree. And now my look was taking over me. Couldn't fake it if I wanted to. I had to wake up just to make it through. I got my patience and I'm making do. I learned my lessons from the ancient rules. I choose to follow what the greatest do. I'm repping for the longest cycle. My uncles had to pay the cost. My sister used to sing the Whitney. My mama caught the gambling bug. We came up in a lonely castle. My papa was behind them bars. We never had to want for nothing. Said all we ever need is love. We see the same thing. We sing the same song. We feel the same grief. Bleed the same blood. You grew up in the home beside me. I always had a friend to call. How could I make it here without you? I pray I leave before you're gone. A bird with a word came to me, the sweetness of a honeycomb tree. And now our look was taking over me. Couldn't fake it if I wanted to. I had to wake up just to make it through. I got my patience and I'm making do. I learned my lessons from the ancient rules. I choose to follow what the greatest do. A bird with a word came to me, the sweetness of a honeycomb tree. And now my look was taking over me. Couldn't fake it if I wanted to. I had to wake up just to make it through. I got my patience and I'm making do. I learned my lessons from the ancient rules. I choose to follow what the greatest do.
it's so brilliant. It's like it's so clearly drenched and embedded within a tradition and a history of black music, it's making it feel new again, which is to me the real magic of it. And it's the same thing that I found really magical about the Silk Sonic song that came out. It's like it's so very clearly embedded within a very specific tradition, an approach to songwriting, but just fine-tuned so that it could be presented once again to an audience, and people are able to find it the right balance between refreshing but also
familiar. Yeah.
And I think that is the hardest thing to do in music, is like how do you make something sound familiar yet new at the same time?
Yeah.
Because if you
also,
go too
like,
new, if you go too new, that's when people are like, "Yo, what the fuck is going on?"
Yeah.
And only people that listen to Warp Records are gonna check you out. Like it's like, ooh, that's too much, bro.
Yeah.
And then if you get too familiar, then everyone forgets you.
Yeah.
It's like you're just some other fucking pop motherfucker that got one song.
Yeah.
People listen to it for like 3 months and then
coming to machine, you just pumping out the same song again, or something that's been done before. Yeah. You know what else is like really hard to do in music? That fucking syncopated bass line with that amazing drum. Like it is just like,
bro, that's like next level groove, you know, like that's just fucking locked in musicians that know their shit, and they got it, you know. It's really hard to be that fucking locked in.
That groove is crazy, dog. And then his voice, like you feel like everything that he's singing about, like you feel that shit in his voice. Like it sound like all that shit happened to him. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
and the way he sings it is so effortless. Or at least it feels effortless, right? It's just like it's right over everything perfectly.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is, like, nothing that you're hearing there is easy. Right?
But
like
it sounds so smooth.
Playing the drums like that ain't easy. Playing the bass like that is not easy. Singing like that is not fucking easy.
Yeah.
Because all of that shit is feel. And as much as you want, you can't teach someone feel.
Yeah.
You can't fucking teach that shit. You got it or you don't.
Yeah. That song, I feel like that song is like a master class, bro. Like it's just such a good record.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. All right. So over like right when lockdown happened, I started to get into like Korean music, dog. Like literally, as soon as I got locked up, bro, I got into, I don't know. I started watching Blackpink videos, bro, and I was like,
to give us that rhythm there, so that the drums don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
So what we end up feeling and what our head ends up doing, like this, we're doing it to her voice, which is what makes it super interesting to me.
Yeah,
We're not really doing it to the drums. Like the drums are just there to keep time, but we're going like this to her voice.
Yeah,
And then on top of that, she's singing a really interesting melody.
Yeah, it's interesting because because I'm like I said, I'm deep in this shit now. Like I don't watch every fucking documentary that like exists about K-pop now. But yeah, it's what I really like about it is that it's actually made in a very formulaic way. Like they really have a formula.
Like they have songwriters, right? That's what I assume.
Oh my god,
yeah,
they have everything. Because
like J-pop,
everything is constructed.
Like J-pop, like they have, like I know this one band, Perfume. Like they have the one guy. He writes the music for Perfume. They perform it, but like this man's like sitting in a fucking cave with like pianos, and he's like fucking writing this music out, and then he gives it to them, and then like they turn it into, produced pop. I'm assuming it's the same with this stuff.
Yeah, it's like they have like they have a trainee model, so they have maybe hundreds of people who are just training under the label to be songwriters, singers, performers, dancers, backup dancers. Like they have like all this like model in place where people like rise through the ranks, and it's like very competitive, but like it's really only like a handful of people, like songwriters and stuff, like writing the music, right? And then like people performing and stuff like that. But yeah, it's like the formula is really interesting because I really feel like what it really like it's actually a pretty simple formula. I think it really is combining Western drums and rhythms with Eastern like scales and melodies, right? Like at its core, like that's what K-pop is doing, right? Like sonically. And yeah, it was like, who knew that would be such an interesting mix? And it makes me wonder, like, like what could music sound like if every country took that type of I wouldn't say that type of approach, but like made that type of investment in their musical development for like their artists and citizens. Because them motherfuckers be so talented, dude. Like they're more talented. Like the worst person in any K-pop group is like more talented than like anybody over here, bro. Like, like those motherfuckers go just hard as hell, and I really appreciate all the work and the work ethic that they put in today.
That shit is crazy, dude. I have a friend who like grew up on like video game music and like music from anime and stuff, and so he grew up like really loving Japanese music and music made by Japanese composers, and he found that a lot of them were really inspired by jazz, and that there was like this very weird, unlikely relationship that was going on in the music, and that it was translating to the pop music in Japan. And so you have a very similar thing to what's going on in Korea with J-pop, where it's like very like almost traditional Japanese melodies being combined with Western and American rhythms to make pop music. And it just makes music so much better because their melodies are so much cooler.
Yeah, so much cooler, bro. So much cooler. Right.
And I think a part of that, and that's something that my friend talks about in a video, is that it part of it has to do with the language, right? So like language lends itself to a certain kind of natural rhythm. So like English lends itself to being sung and spoken in a certain way. And Japanese and Korean do as well to their melodies. And so then that changes the kind of melodies that you can write for that language.
Yeah.
And it makes for really fucking cool music.
Super cool music, dude. Like awesome music. All right, so yeah, okay, let's go around the world a little bit. Let's go over to Canada for a little bit. Um, bro,
Canada, eh?
yo, real talk. I think this is the only white person on this playlist. So big shout out to River Tyler for making the cut for the playlist because he's like the only white boy on here. But a lot of folks don't know about River Tiber. He's still slept on to this day. You can go to some of his videos and they still have like, you know, 3,000 views and shit like
Yeah,
that. Like,
yeah,
but Mastermind got amazing music with Kate Renata, also another Canadian. Got amazing music with Drake, like multiple songs with Drake. Like he was really heavily involved in my opinion, Drake's best album. The album If You Are crazy, bro. Like,
That song fucks me up.
yeah, bro. Like, like,
Like, I don't even know
bro.
what to say, bro. That song just fucks me up.
Yeah, man. That shit
The
only
beat
got
something.
100K on YouTube, bro.
I don't know how it doesn't have more.
In
That
4
shit is,
years.
that shit is
4
so
years,
crazy.
100K. That shit crazy, dog.
That song's so crazy.
Yeah, that shit is crazy. That's one of the craziest I probably ever heard, bro. That shit goes stupid, bro. Man.
I remember when you first showed it to me, like I think like that night, I was like, I need to make something like this right now. And I just sat in the studio and I tried to write something for like 5 hours.
Yeah, man. That shit, I was like, man, like how do not more people know about this motherfucker? But yeah, man. Dude is a genius, man. He's his new shit slaps. He got a new release for this year.
Mm-hmm.
Goes crazy called Hypnotized, dog. Check that shit out.
I will.
'Cause
I
it
haven't
goes,
heard
I
it
feel,
yet.
I feel like I'm on this nigga street team or something, dog. But I swear, man, I believe in it, dog. All right, so we got time for like one more, right?
Yeah, I think one more.
All right. All right. So this track got like a real soft spot in my heart, man. Like, and it was just one of those. It don't have no interesting story on how I like came across it. Like, it was just like it came up on my YouTube one day, like as like one of the songs that plays after.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, I was like, oh wait, this song is great. Wait, no, this song is really good. No, this song is fucking amazing. And then, I was DJing all these RISD parties, and it was like one party that was fucking like it was just packed wall to wall. Like the shit was going crazy. And I was like, let me try playing this record here. And it easily became like one of the RISD favorite songs, like at those parties. Like it just immediately at that moment, like unexpected. Everything was about this song was just so unexpected how I like interacted with it and like how I would play it at places, and it would like people would go like damn, like this is a great song. Like it would get the crowd like going. And yeah, so let's leave out on this, man. Let's remember our grad school days. And yeah, let's check out Honeybee by Unknown Mortal Orchestra. Let's keep it going around the world. We're going down to New Zealand now, right? So
My boys out there, Unknown Mortal Orchestra, dude, I fucking love this band.
Yeah,
They're so good.
They go crazy. Yeah, and this song is just so good. I love it.
So good. And it's so different than like their first album. It's fucking weird. Like when I first heard it, I was like, this is the same band? Holy shit.
Yeah.
you know who you should check out?
Who?
So, I can't remember how I discovered Unknown Mortal Orchestra in college, like in 2013 or 14 or something like that. And I was like listening to other stuff, and then it was like suggested this album, and the album had like just come out, and the album is called I think it's called God Emoji.
Ooh.
Yeah, God Emoji, and it's by Silicone. That's the name of the artist. And Silicone is allegedly the brother of the main guy for Unknown Mortal Orchestra. But
really?
Yeah, but I suspect that it's actually him. So they say that it's his brother on the website, but like the website's super weird and like obscure and stuff. And I think it's actually him. And it's like his like electronic music.
Yeah.
And it's fucking weird.
What is it called? You said God Emoji?
God Emoji, and there's like a single called Silicone. Here, I'm gonna send it to you in the chat.
Word. You know what? Can we hit niggas with one more?
Yeah.
Just one more. Let's so I feel like this is a great ending song right here. And I feel like I can't do this and not mention the internet at all. So you know, if we talking about amazing bands that lock in and make great music together, you know, we gotta talk about the internet, bro. They go crazy. They make amazing music, and you know, I love Sid's voice, their lead singer, and yeah, it's just really interesting to hear like songwriting from like her perspective and her point of view as a lesbian like Black woman, right? Like that's different than a lot of the lead singers that we have, but it's weird me being like a straight male because like I actually identify with like the shit that she be talking about because she be, you know what I'm saying? Like, because, you know, she be talking about her relationships with women, and like I have relationships with women, they different and they the same in so many different ways. And I think like it's so beautiful to see how identities can like converge and influence each other and like make you feel good about things and make you feel sad. And there's just so many things that you can feel. So, yeah, man. So let's play this record. Let's play them out with this record, bro. And but let's not play the whole song. I want you to start. Can you start at 2:54? 2:45.
I can try to figure out where that is.
You ain't got no time stamp on your
Well, it's because it tells you how much is left.
Oh, just click it. You'll reverse it.
Really? Nah.
No, it ain't work. No, maybe they changed that shit. You used to be able to click it and it'll just revert. All right, hold on, wait. Maybe I can click it in reverse. All right. So 4 minutes and 34 seconds out. How about that? From the end. It's a world exclusive.
I'm gonna let this song play out, but I just want to say thanks to whoever came. Y'all are the shit. Love y'all.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate you, bro. Like, thanks for having me on, fam.
Yeah, I appreciate you for coming, dude. Thank you.
Yeah, man. This is so much fun. I really enjoy doing this and putting this together. And yeah, just thanks, bro, for being just a lit ass just human being and a great friend.
Thank you, bro. I love you.
I miss you, bro. I can't wait to see you again, bro. We got to catch up in New York.
I miss
Get
you
up
too,
here.
brother. I'll be there soon.
Get up
I always
here,
make
bro.
my
Come
way
up here
back
this
up
summer.
there. I will.
Yeah, man. Come up here.
Love y'all. Thank you for coming. I'm gonna let this play out. Free Palestine. Fuck the police.
Always.
What else? Black Lives Matter.
Always.
What else?
Yo, stop Asian hate. We need to stop that shit.
Yeah, stop Asian hate, bro. Asian people are the shit, bro. You ever heard of J-pop? How dare you?
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Stop
Fuck
playing.
racists. Fuck Nazis.
Yeah.
What else?
And be good to others, bro.
Yeah, always do good, bro. Like, be nice to people. You know, don't judge people. You don't know what people are going through. Try to be a good person. Try to be nice. It costs you literally nothing. Stay woke. Stay woke, motherfucker. Stay lit, bro. Stay lit forever.
What's up, my nigga? Hey, man, I'm gonna tell you something right now, man. It's all thanks to you. It's thanks to you that I was able to handle a drunk person appropriately tonight. Man, dog, I'm letting you know, dog,